So mic-wise, you know you're a professional at this now. So don't be afraid to kind of move it a bit if you want to. That's your sort of frame shot there, but we can always zoom in.
Perfect.
Type of thing. And
Ideal. Cool. Thank you. Does this feel exciting or fucking nerve-wracking?
No, it's exciting.
Good. Right, okay. Let's fucking just kick off.
Yeah.
Welcome, guys. This is episode 2 now of the Getting Uncomfortably Comfortable podcast. So, I'm going to introduce you to an amazing lady, our lovely Megan. And we are going to talk about an amazing journey that she has been on over the past couple of years. But what we're really going to talk about with Megan is where the journey is going to go, because we have taken some big changes over the last few months and we are very much ready to get cracked on with a very different part of the journey. So, Megan, introduce yourself. What do you do? Why did you set up with Alpha in the first place?
Hello, I am Megan. So currently work for the police, sort of broad term there, but don't really want to go any specifics. So basically work for the police. I forgot the question.
What age are you?
I am 27.
You're 27?
27.
And why Alpha?
So I picked Alpha because I had seen another client of yours. I had seen the progress that they had made. And personally, I was going to the gym. I was kind of eating sort of healthily-ish.
Yep.
And it just wasn't marrying together. And I was like, why is this not happening for me?
Okay.
So then I seen her progress and I was like, what is she doing that I'm not doing?
Yep.
So then I started to kind of see that like she was tagging you on Instagram and putting up like just work, content of her in the gym and stuff. And I was like, right, okay, I need to look into this more. So then I got talking to her, just messaged her and was like, listen, girl, what's happening? Like, what are you doing that I'm not doing?
What are you doing, mate?
Yeah. And she was like, right, I'm part of Vanda, part of Alpha Coaching. And it basically started from there.
Amazing.
So obviously followed your Instagram, had a look, and I was like, oh my God, like, Jesus Christ, like, she is...
We got this.
Like, she's obviously what I need. So then I went to my first ever Sweat Fest.
Yep.
Sunday. I'm not going to lie, I was sitting in my car before that and I was like, am I fit enough for this? Just get a different setting. Like, I'm not normally uncomfortable going into like a different gym or different people. I'm kind of easy-ozy like that, but it was more, I just didn't want to embarrass myself. I didn't want to be like, oh, I'm going to die, or I didn't want to be that drama queen. Yeah. But also feel like I was dying.
That's how that mentality was hammering home. Like, you're going to die at this. Oh my God, like, this is too much. You're not fit enough. Yeah, absolutely.
But when I went, obviously you went through the different stations, and when you were doing that, I was, my eyes must have just went ding, because I was like, oh my God, can I do this?
You have got
can
this,
I do
girl?
this? Well, obviously you were there every step of the way.
Yep.
The other client that was there, and obviously I knew another couple of people that were there, which I didn't actually know that they were doing.
Yeah, exactly.
So I felt instantly comfortable, like when you get involved in the group, they're all like high and stuff. But then I just went for it, and of course I was like, oh my God, I'm actually going to pass out.
Oh my gosh, I'm going to pass out.
But the feeling after it was like insane. I've not felt like that in years.
Amazing.
Like,
you are what I love about you is you are literally the epitome of the post-workout adrenaline.
Oh, yeah.
Your post-workout buzz is through the fucking roof. And I love that. You are literally that person who's like, you can't regret a workout. If you feel like, do you know how I feel right now? You're literally drawing yourself off the ceiling. I love that.
So I have like the 5 seconds of like dying, and then I recover really quickly. Then I'm like,
yeah, you are literally like Zebedee just jumping up. You're like post-workout instead of pre-workout. You're like, oh my God, I'm going. So when we talked through all the different packs, we talked through everything that you wanted to do and how you wanted to do things. You ended up settling for online as the one that really was going to work for you. So lots of people worry about online. they worry that they're not going to get the same results as other people, or they worry that they're going to feel like they're not in amongst the thick of it.
Mm-hmm.
Why did you go online?
I went with online mainly because I've been going to the gym for years. So ever since kind of high school, kind of dabbled with it. Obviously not serious or just kind of went because it was what to do. Like that's what everyone done. And I've always been sort of like into classes and kind of dabbling classes, but the past kind of 2 years of my life, went through a kind of breakup, the kind of typical shit that people go through. And I just sort of, I went on holiday. I took a 4-month break from life.
Fucking amazing.
Came back and I just felt a bit lost, to be honest. And I seen something typically on Facebook. It was just like, if you focus on yourself, your path will find you, or some inspirational
something
shit
along
like
those
that.
lines. Yeah.
So then I started like going to the gym and I found kickboxing. Loved it, but then I got to that point a year or two, a year and a half maybe, of doing my own thing in the gym. I was kind of seeing a wee bit of growth, but nothing like I wasn't majorly shrinking or growing anywhere. It was more like just going to the gym again for something, because that's what you're supposed to do. But my nutrition and my gym workouts would never really like marry up as such. So I would never see like the muscle growth or that. So when I came in my first Sweaty Fest with you, then we had a chat afterwards, and we went through the different packages and stuff. I chose online because I already had the knowledge of kind of what the workouts were.
Yes.
Maybe not how to put them together as such. Like I knew how to do the different exercises.
Yep.
And then I kind of knew a little bit about nutrition because I'd done it at school. I'd studied it at school, so kind of knew a little bit, but I didn't really know like how much protein I should be having or how much fat I should maybe avoid, or not so much like you shouldn't eat, because obviously that's not a thing. You shouldn't restrict yourself that much. But online for me was the perfect kind of opportunity because it gives me the freedom to go in and do the workouts that you've created for me, like personally for me. I can go in and smash them out the park. I don't necessarily need someone standing in front of me telling me to do it. Yes. Like, I need you to do this. And I don't really need that push of like, Megan, do another one. I've kind of got that drive in myself. But of course, the online coaching is where you're available for me to message, listen, I'm not feeling this. Yes. And then you give me feedback. Yes. I'll send you like a form video and you'll be like, right, a bit wider or something like that. Or just wee things that'll just help me. And then of course the motivation, like if I'm kind of struggling that day, you'll be like, listen, we've got this. Yes. And then obviously that just picks you back up.
Yep, absolutely. So that element of having that sitting in the background was exactly what we need. We needed the structure. Yeah. We needed someone else to come in, drive the structure, and not be to an extent, going in just fannying about with no purpose to what we were doing.
Yeah, I mean, I done shoulders every day.
I got dumbbells. Because she likes it, guys.
I got dumbbells and
she loves it.
Pump my iron.
She's like, I got a shoulder pump. Yeah, loves it.
Yeah, but like
it's great, all great and dandy doing all the stuff that we love.
Yeah.
But what that then means is we put off the stuff that we maybe are not the biggest fans of, maybe we're a little bit weaker with, maybe even just the stuff that we do have a little bit more discomfort with, that instead of like getting comfortable with it because it's in there every week for 12 weeks, we just do you know what, I'll worry about that next week.
Yeah.
I'll worry about that next week.
Definitely.
Absolutely.
Definitely.
But what we did find with you was the biggest change I've seen in you since you joined actually has nothing to do with your experience, your workouts, your nutrition, anything at all. It's all to do with your headspace and where you set your ceilings. So what's happened there?
I actually think it's been involved in the group as well as, so because of hybrid, I've got my 4 online workouts that I do myself, and then I go to a class on a Sunday, which is with everyone within like the coaching. So on this Sunday, it's just like the different people the different banners are like, oh, you're looking great, or it's not even the compliments, I don't mean that, but I just mean you can see it in different people, you can see the,
yes, exactly.
the confidence, and you can bat off them.
Yep.
Like, it doesn't always need to be fitness chat, but most of the time it is.
It ends up being, yeah.
And
exactly.
it's like, not even like, oh, I can bench this. It's like, oh my God, you actually done that. Like,
oh my God, you didn't do that last week, you done it this week.
Yeah. And it's like, so there's no like ego or anything. It's definitely, it's one of the most healthiest Facebook like fitness communities I've ever, because obviously you see this stuff all the time.
Oh yeah.
And it's like toxic as fuck.
We are not the toxic in-laws or
not.
girlfriend or boyfriend. No. We are
realism
people. Like, you're being a cunt. Like, stop being a dick, get it fucking done. Like, but also like, oh my God, girl, like, are you sure you're okay? Like, what's going on today?
It's
like,
real,
you just don't seem yourself. Like, what's happening?
No, definitely.
But yeah.
And then the Facebook page as well. Like, that's actually, and the WhatsApp group. It's just banter, man. It's just banter. Such great banter. But it's also, if you need something, like, someone will respond.
Yeah. There is never a point in time that I need to worry about that group anymore. Yeah. So, I'll be really honest, when I started that group, I had the absolute fear. Because my fear was that, and you'll probably challenge me back on this one, considering what I'm about to say. But I really, really worried about how much time I was going to actually have to invest in it to make it healthy and workable and all that kind of stuff. And like, I was like, do I have the capacity, like, in every way for that, both time, energy, emotion, like, all of that, like, do I have the fucking skill set for it? Because I was like, oh my God, I can't fucking do this. But now I'm like, I'm so grateful for all of you guys, because genuinely I know full well that, see, if I don't have the capacity or the time to answer something at any point, I know full well that one of the other 40-odd people are going to be like, hey girl, I got you. And then I'm like, right, okay, cool, I can take that step back. But I also think that that's why I love that group. And I think that's where you genuinely have excelled, being part of that type of community, because you would have put your ceiling on yourself. Yeah. From the beginning, and that ceiling would never have moved an inch if it hadn't been for other people going in and being like, that, Megan, what the fuck are you talking about? You are able to do that.
Yeah. Like, for instance, so my shoulder workout used to be 9 kilos. It just used to
every
be
week?
9 across the board.
Okay.
9, used to do like bicep curls and stuff. And see, when I like load the bar to do a bicep curl, now I'm just like,
hell yeah.
9.
Bye-bye, girl.
For me, a 9 is like, okay, whatever.
Yes.
You do that in your sleep.
Absolutely. Now, so what changed there? Because we done a bit of a self-awareness questionnaire with you, and because we did hit a plateau where we started to get back into that habit of just walking in, doing the same stuff, getting into just eating the same stuff and not challenging ourselves to add more quality or change up the diet, not pushing ourselves at kickboxing to say, well, actually, I can do more in that space, so let's do more.
Yeah.
We started getting into the plateau stage a little bit, not of your energy for your workouts, but for your mental drive towards it, because you were setting a bit of a ceiling of, but I'm very, very good at that space, so I'm going to continue to do that. So what did we find out when we done your self-awareness?
We just kind of dug into what was actually going on inwards, rather than obviously the persona that everyone's got.
Yes.
And I do think it's important that everyone does dig deeper into why you're at the gym.
What's the why?
What is going on. Because I always kind of paint myself as this person who's never really struggled with their mental health or never really had any major worries in their life. And I know that I'm very lucky to be able to say that. But it's not even that. It's like, it's more that, I don't want to sound big-headed, but I'm too much of a good person.
Yes.
And I put other people in front of me, and like, I'll pour into their cups and they'll not pour into my cup back. And that happened like quite a lot. Like, in every aspect, whether it was at work, whether it was relationships, whether it was like family. And then once we'd done that, I just sort of woke up after obviously a couple of chats with you. I dug deeper and thought, actually, I'm draining my batteries here. Like, my batteries are not getting recharged from everyone else.
Ever.
But I'm constantly giving other people
the output versus the input was just not matching whatsoever, was it?
Yeah.
No, not at all. And for those of you who have ever considered doing this, then it's definitely worthwhile, and reach out to me if you want to do one, and I will send you over some amazing questions to really sit down and ask yourself, and we can dissect them. But what I loved about yours is what we realised from a lot of your questions and a lot of your digging is actually really independent time on your own, doing things like understanding new cultures, seeing new places, being able to wear your favourite dungarees and go out and have a great day with friends at the beach was super, super important to you.
Yeah.
But that then meant that you had to feel confident in yourself, because all of them relied on you being in a state of feeling confident in your skin.
Yeah.
So putting that energy back into that meant if we're giving all that energy out to everybody else to get self-confidence from other people, it's not self-confidence anymore. It's external.
Yeah, it
it's
relies
not
on
self.
other people. Yeah.
So like we needed to bring that back in again and be like, right, we create our own internal confidence. Definitely. We don't need to look how someone else looks, but what we do need to do is actually genuinely enjoy what our body does, how it looks, and how we move.
Yeah.
And we're getting there.
We are.
We are getting there. We are.
I feel so much more confident in every kind of aspect of my life now. So even when it comes to challenging something at work, I'm like, actually.
I love that. So I'm going to ask everyone the same two questions at the tail end of this. So what is one thing that since you've joined Alpha, you are now wholly ready to tell from anyone starting their health and fitness or wellbeing journey that they should just get to fuck? What's that one thing that should just fuck off?
Honestly, fad diets.
Yay!
Like, you see them everywhere, and don't even get me started on social media. Like the fake TikTok workouts. Don't.
Just don't believe them.
Just this.
That's not what that girl done to get that body.
Yeah.
That's just not what they done.
And then obviously you've got these celebrities endorsing these like mad shakes.
Okay.
That don't do anything really. They just wreck your belly.
And then the last one, to that person who's sitting there thinking, do you know what, I don't know where to start, why should they reach out to us?
Honestly, I'm not a lovey-dovey person, so I was just going to say it. It's not going to happen by itself. You need to do it. No one else is going to do it for you. And, well, I couldn't really think of a better person than you to kickstart them and give them the kick up the arse that they need.
Oh, kick up the arses are my specialty. Thank you so much. Thank you so much for sharing your journey, your whys, your reasons, letting people get that real insight into the fact that online doesn't mean that you're on your own.
No, it certainly doesn't.
Our community is touch points all the time, whether that be in person, whether that be online, whether that be just fucking bumping into someone down the street. We are that group that we wouldn't pass someone else who was a client. We would sit and have that chat.
Yeah.
And
also online, you also get included in like if people are doing stuff outside the group.
Yes.
Just like walks or just go for a coffee or something.
Exactly, which is just amazing.
Yeah.
I mean, the fact, it always makes me feel fucking weird that our community is like that way and I don't have to drive that.
Yeah.
It's a weird...
It's just good people.
To your point, exactly. I'm not sappy either. That makes me feel like my version of sappy inside, which is great. But it is... We have so much more to go with you. We've got lots to go on the journey now that we've started opening up our ceilings. So
no ceilings here.
Let's see what happens in the next 6 months, mate.
Look forward to it.
Thailand, mate.
Thailand, baby.
Well done, mate.
Thank you, mate.
Woo!